After our chaotic arrival back in Isafjorda, we were looking forward to welcoming some friends aboard the Falcon. Kujon and Anna are Icelanders themselves, and while they have travelled quite a bit around their own homeland, they've actually never been to the most northern part of Iceland, Strander. We planned to sail up there, so it made obvious sense to bring them on the journey, not just for the company, but also so that they could see part of their own country. So after a few days of retracing our steps and showing them seals, whales and the picturesque fjords, we made our way towards Strander Nature Reserve with a plan to hike the most northern point on the mainland of Iceland. We are here in Strander. We have picked up our friends and gone to a few different other anchorages over the last few days, but ones that we've already filmed in before, so we didn't pick up the camera to show that. We also just had some time off screen. But we are here pretty much in one of the most northern anchorages in Iceland, and there's some pretty cool mountains and rock formations around here, so we've decided to go for a bit of a walk today. So what we didn't have last time with us was A, Kujon, and B, Kujon with his trail map. This would have been very, very, very handy had we have had it on the last walk up to the glacier. That was a bit of a precarious climb.
That was dodgy.
A little harder than what it seems.
You're about to start a mudslide, G.
But this time we actually know where we're going, and there's an actual path with like a marker here as well. That's a lot better, a lot better. Wow, it's a great little cave. I mean, you need some protection over that side, but otherwise you're all good. There can be a little fireplace there. There you go. This is Adam's new house. When he's annoyed me enough, I'll send him out here for a few days. So it's actually blueberry season at the moment, and blueberries are growing like absolutely everywhere. It's crazy. What we did the other day, we were in a great anchorage, the same place as where we saw a bunch of those seals, and we went to shore, and all of us were picking blueberries. We managed to pick a whopping 3.3 kilograms of blueberries. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them, and they're sitting on the boat now. So it's pretty cool. In Australia, blueberries are ridiculously expensive for like the tiniest planet. I feel like I'm walking around like a millionaire's garden right now. It's amazing. I think actually that looks like the best way.
Okay.
180. It's actually turned out to be a great day for a walk. Yesterday, fog came around in the afternoon. This morning it's just completely cleared up. Lovely blue skies. Where are we?
Don't know.
Made it up to the top. we go. There is the difference between hiking shoes and trainers.
Yes.
Are you just capturing me falling? What is it? It's like sugarcane or something.
No, it's a sort of herby.
Oh, it's like celery.
Yeah.
Ah. It's very hard, but it's a bit like celery. Like
Good taste.
cucumber or celery in between. Yeah. That's actually not too bad. You certainly wouldn't be eating it. Like for swallowing it. It's pretty hard. The other day when we were hiking up to the glacier, there was a forest, a full like floor everywhere you could look of what turned out to be blueberries, because it's blueberry season. At the time we had no idea, and Adam and I were like rubbing them on the inside of our wrists, just being like, okay, well if it turns out in a rash, then we know that it's poisonous. Little did we know that there were just thousands of blueberries around us, and we could have been like eating them all on the way up. We're there going, oh, it might be poisonous.
We were right about the mushrooms though. Apparently there's about 2 mushrooms that aren't hallucinogenic, that don't make you loony. So it was a good call not to eat the mushrooms.
Yeah. They did.
Or was it? Perhaps it would have made for some much more interesting hiking.
More interesting than what it already was. So we're almost there. This is the lighthouse. The reason why I've actually come to this walk, that's the lighthouse that is actually on the Horn. So maybe is it the furthest northern point or just a Horn?
It's the furthest northern point.
Furthest northern point on the mainland. What is it called? You try and say it?
I've had three tries so far.
And how is it actually said?
Almenningaskarð.
Oh yeah, you're right
It's
on.
the same thing. Ready for lunch?
Yes, I am.
Wow, somebody really picked that clean.
Oh.
Chicken for lunch.
Well, we're almost back in the boat, and because there were so many ups and downs, we just kind of put the camera away for all of the rock scrambling that we had to do. Just almost at the dinghy though, and Adam just looked out across the bay, and he saw something moving around. Pretty certain that it was an Arctic fox, which is a super cute little fox, but that is apparently quite, it's not very common to see one. So we can also tick one of those off our list as well. Granted that was from quite far away, but still, we're doing pretty well with the wildlife around here. Early morning start today, and that's not because we have a long way to go. That's because the rolling last night in this anchorage was just incredible. We were pretty much side to side to the waves the whole night, and so we didn't really get much sleep. Figured at 6 o'clock this morning that we may as well just get underway. So we hoisted the dinghy, and we just started the engine and rounding the bend now. I mean, it was a really beautiful anchorage. I can't complain too much, and we were just here at a time when it wasn't ideal, but it still is a really beautiful anchorage. We would come back another time. It was just unfortunate.
With the end of summer rapidly approaching and the first of the autumn gales on the way, we decided it was time to head back to Reykjavik and begin preparing to move south for the winter. Unfortunately for us, the northeasterly breezes that had been plaguing us all the way north were now nowhere to be found.
Finally, after a very long passage, it was 2 days I think of sailing down here, like 2 solid days, and we're finally back here in Reykjavik and ready to bunker down for we'll have 3 days I think of calm, 2 days of calm, then we're ready to bunker down into what might be a few wild days. Did we pass the inspection?
Getting there. Alright.
So there's a bit of a low pressure system that's meant to arrive today, and we are preparing the boat. We are expecting gusts of up to 50. It'll just be like another night on anchor up in Isafjorda. But at least we're prepared this time. So we've taken down the bimini, we've put 10,000 lines from the boat to the dock. It's a floating dock, so that should be better. At least we won't be having to adjust them constantly. We've strapped the dinghy down, we've taken down our solar panels. What else have we done?
And the Dodge is going to stay. Instruments are all going inside, the ones that can. Lash the boom over to the side, lash down the sail, lash down the solar panels to the left. Extra lines everywhere. This time, like, previously they wanted it to back into that slip, but I kind of wanted to really wanted to be on this dock because it's long and it has really substantial cleats. These finger jetties here, they have just kind of rings on them, and the finger jetty is not long enough for our boat, so we would be hanging out halfway, which means that she can like pivot and pull, and I was genuinely concerned we were going to break off a finger last time we were there. Not our fingers, their fingers. So now we're here on a really solid floating concrete dock with lots of good solid cleats, which makes me happy. The wind has swung slightly in the forecast, so I actually think she's going to want to maybe sail off that way. Seems like it's going to be coming from over here. So I need to just get a few more spring lines on her and a few backups so she doesn't take out that finger.
Well, the bad weather is just starting now. I don't know if you can hear the whistling and the banging from all the halyards around here. Doesn't seem like a fun night that we're gonna have. Just throwing some stuff up in the bins and having the last shower before we bunker down. And I've kind of prepared a bunch of food, so if we do end up getting thrown all over the place, at least we'll have food. How's it so far?
It's only just beginning to kick off now, so this is probably like, I don't know, this might be half what we're going to get, who knows. Hold on, little Belgian.
Good boy. Definitely getting windier, definitely getting rainier. We've just added an extra line on the back where it's starting to chafe a little. Not much, but just so that we can have like a sleepless, oh, we will have a sleepless night, I'm sure, but so that we can try and get a tiny bit of sleep. Otherwise, all good. We're rolling around a little bit. Dinner was interesting. There was pots and pans flying everywhere, almost like we're underway. Otherwise, still holding in there though.